What he has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, the very funny Zac McClure!
Man, I'm gonna savor that one. That was good. Thank you. Thank you. You guys doing all right? Yeah. All right, cool. Got that out of the way. That's cool. Black people. You guys ever seen a really fat black lady? And you couldn't help but wonder, is that Martin Lawrence? You're all looking for the seam in the fat suit. You're looking for the zipper, you know? This happened to me once. I even asked for an autograph. It didn't turn out so swell, though. Anyway, I could have said a couple names there. Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry. Even the Wayans brothers dressed up like white chicks. It's a little weird. It seems anymore like in Hollywood, to make it as a black performer at some point, you're gonna have to cross-dress. Well, who's been playing Oprah all these years? You know? I think from like 87 to 93, she's played by Kirby Puckett from the Minnesota Twins. And I think from like 93 on, she's played by the fat one from Kenan and Kel. It explains a lot. So I was raised Baptist, which means I didn't ever learn how to dance, you know? Until I heard Missy Elliott. Now I got my freak on. Screw passing that collection plate. I'm gonna pass that Dutch, pass that Dutch, pass that Dutch. Jesus. All the black people here are like, fuck this guy, dude. He's an asshole. What else are you gonna say about us, dick? So I stopped believing in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny a couple of years ago. Whatever, don't make fun of me. But I definitely stopped believing in Jesus first, and here's why. That guy never got me shit. He never got me anything. You know, Santa Claus got one thing right every other year. You know, the Easter Bunny got me candy and underwear, you know, which is good. I was going through a lot of pairs back then, but Jesus, nothing. He got me eternal salvation. One time, you know? One time. I didn't even ask for it, you know? People always like, Zach, Jesus died for your sins. And I'm like, shit, I didn't get him anything. I can't accept this, you know? So I got a dirty Santa that year and I give it away. I re-gift it. I'm like, no, it's for me and Santa, or Jesus. Same thing. Oh, we both pitched in and got it for you, yeah. Enjoy that. Yeah, it's good forever. So for a long time, I worked at Quiznos, and it really sucked. It sucked for a lot of reasons. But it's cool because I got this joke out of it, but this is one of those sucky situations. I was working one time, and this chick came in that I knew, and she was kind of cute. I'd gone to high school, junior high, all these grades with her. She totally was gonna know who I was, so I'm completely embarrassed. You know, I'm like, oh fuck, she's gonna see me. I'm like 23. I'm working at Quiznos. So I go sit in the corner and I'm like hiding. I'm like, get your shit to go, please. Plastic, you know, paper not plastic, whatever. Just get out of here, you know. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I embarrassed? This chick became a porn star after high school. I'm sitting here making an honest living, you know. I'm making minimum wage, putting meat on bread. This chick's getting paid premium wages to put meat on meat, you know? She's fucking and sucking money straight into her bank account belly, complete with a night deposit box in the rear. So I go home and I do what any self-respecting guy here would do. I look her up. I punch her name into Pornhub. And I'm sitting there rubbing one out, and right before I come, I pause it so I can look her right in the eyes. I'm like, yeah, bitch, who's embarrassed now? Who's embarrassed now? I just make 37 sandwiches a day. 8 million people are masturbating to you. Fuck you. True. That's a true story. I practiced a lot on the internet today with that one. Just to get ready for that face, like, yeah. So speaking of porn, after I was done masturbating, after I was done stimulating my body, I was in the mood to stimulate my mind. So I started reading the user comments of these porn video sites, educational, you know. And I'm scrolling down and I'm reading this user comment by this guy named Bobby West, and it says he has no spraying power. There's porn critics. They're talking about the facial, clearly. But there's porn critics all of a sudden. The fuck? And then I scroll down further and there's this other guy who wrote, I just came. Does that mean that he was watching the video and like simultaneously typing like, I'm about to come. Oh, delete. I'm coming. Oh, I just came. You know, that's not a comment. That's a tweet. That's a global text. That is far too up to date. Far too avid with your currency, sir. So do we have any Sooners fans here? Sooners fans? Cool. What plays do you think Bob Stoops runs on his wife? Do you think he's running the old flea flicker, you know? Do you think he's running the button hook, the in and out, you know? Do you think he has a lot of games where he fumbles a lot, or like, you know, he does a lot of turnovers, you know? Maybe he can't, maybe he doesn't have the energy to work up a nice punt, so he has to kick a little onside kick, you know? Anyway, does he blow the whistle when he comes, you know? Do two guys run up with like a Gatorade jug and they like dump it on him at the end? And he's like, You know, is there a halftime show? All right, I'm done. Bob Stoops jokes forever. Bob Stoops innuendoous jokes. Jesus. Hold on, I have like 2 more jokes, but I didn't bring a list. I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Bob Stoops, let's see here. Oh, okay. So I was talking to my girlfriend the other day. Well, ex-girlfriend, for reasons which will become painfully apparent, about how much it costs for birth control every month. I was like, hey babe, how much does it cost for those, anti-baby magic pills? And she was like, oh, $50, $60 a month. We don't have insurance, and I help her pay the bills. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, babe, it's more fiscally responsible for us to just rely on you having at least 1 abortion a year. I mean, I don't know if you've heard, abortion's been out for a while. It's kind of like LASIK. The prices have just gone down, you know? I even saw a coupon the other day in the Gazette. Hey, $100 off. Plus with that extra money, I mean, what about all those movie channels? You're gonna need them when you're laid up after the hospital. Alright, abortion, yes! Okay. One time I was working at the mall at a shoe store, and I was working with these 2 relatively clean-cut guys, and this lady comes in, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting ready. I'm like, oh, she's not going to pick me. She doesn't want to buy shoes from me. Anyway, she walks right up to me, out of all 3 of us, and she looks at me, and she's like, excuse me, sir, do you know where the haircut place is? And I was a little taken aback. I was a little flabbergasted, and I just kind of gathered my composure. I was like, I think it's that way a little bit. And she's leaving, and I think it dawned on her. But seriously, that lady asking me where the haircut place is, that's like me asking a homeless guy where the bank is. That's like me asking Shane Parks where the comedy can be found, you know? I just wrote that one down. That's like me asking an armless guy where the bowling alley is. Better yet, it's like me asking a cop where the truth is. I'm like, excuse me, officer, can you tell me where the justice can be found? And he's like, I wish I could humor you, son. I wish I could humor you. All right, thank you. That's my time. This is shit.
The very funny Zac McClure! Clap! Clap for him! Yeah! Our